is Advanced Algebra 1, the Topic 3 review worksheet for the test that we have coming up. Excuse me. Question number 1 here says, which relation is a function? And remember, when it says select all that apply, most of the time that means there's more than one answer. So we look at these, and I look at the first one there, and the x values are 7, 7, 7, 7, and 7. So remember, in order for a relation to be a function, the x values cannot repeat. And so obviously that is not a function. In this next one, in letter B, we have -4, and I don't see another -4. We have 0, and I don't see another 0. We have +7, and I don't see another +7. We have +4 and -7, and none of those repeat. So B is definitely a function. Okay. I look at C. C has 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay. So C is also a function. And then D has, the x values are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So the x values do not repeat, also a function. And then in class and on homework, we also talked about whether or not that function's one-to-one. And in the multiple choice portion of the test, this also talks about being many to one. And if I look at letter B here, the y value is 6, 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 the y value is 6. And so we would say that this function is one too many. Then I look at the next one, letter C, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. It is many to one. And then 3, 5, 7, 9, 1, that is one-to-one. Okay? So for number 2, they give us this chart. They say, what's the domain? The domain is a set, so I use set notation, which is a brace. And 5, the domain is the x values, 15, 20, 25. And the range is the y values. I just list them. -3, -1, 1, 3, 5. There were no repeats in the x values, so it is a function. They told us that to begin with. And I see no repeats in the y values. So in the next question, they ask us, what is the best description of the relation described in number 2? Well, it's actually a function. And it is a function that is one-to-one. So letter D would be the correct choice there. Okay. All right. Sasha sells t-shirts, and each day she earns a set amount plus a commission. Write a linear function to determine Sasha's pay. So here's the data, and so what we want to do, we want to write the linear function that represents that. So we want to write the equation of the line. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is find the slope. So I'm going to take 80 minus 68. Remember, I told you that I tend to use the last, the first and the last when I'm looking at these data points, which is what I'm going to do here. And 80 minus 68 is 12, and 7 minus 1 is 6. So I get the slope is 2. So far I have y equals 2x plus b, and I plug in a point. I plug in the first point. 68 equals 2 times 1, which is 2, plus b. So b is 66. So my function, I'm going to use function notation because it asked me to write a linear function. So I'm going to say S of p is 2p plus 66. S of p is 2p plus 66. And it says, what's a reasonable domain? And, for this particular one, a reasonable domain would be, she could be like superhuman and able to make a kabillion t-shirts in one day. Who knows? But I know she can't make half a t-shirt. And so the best description here, is it 0 to 56? I don't know, because I don't know how many t-shirts she can make in a day. Is it 12 to 7? I don't know. Is it this to this? I don't know. So the best answer here is that it's all positive integers. Would be a good representation of the domain. Okay. I can tell you that the problem on the test is going to be about the number of hours a person works and how much pay they get per hour. And for the domain on that, you can't, it's kind of logical. You can't work more than 24 hours a day. So the domain for that would be, I might work 0 hours, and even though it's not really logical, I could work 24 hours. And so that limits the domain. But for this, because it's not hours in a day, it's how many t-shirts can I make, it is, any positive integer. Like I said, Sasha, she could be superhuman and make, a kabillion t-shirts in one day. And then also number 6 refers back to the same problem. Assume she sells 24 t-shirts in one day. How much would she earn? So S of 24 would be 2 times 24 plus 66, or 48 plus 66, which is 114. So if she makes or sells 24 t-shirts in one day, how much would she earn? $114. And some of you are out of the habit of putting units on there. You need to put the units on there, and in this case it's dollars. The quiz we took that was over this section, I let that go. But if you don't have units on your answer, you label your answer, then it's not going to be good. All right, f of x equals negative 2x plus 1, and g of x is f of x minus 2. So this is function notation, and what we're assessing here is whether or not you know function notation and how to use it. And what this is telling me to do is this is telling me to plug in x minus 2 into f for x. Okay, so that means g of x is going to be negative 2 times the quantity x minus 2, because that's what I'm plugging in for x, and then plus 1. And I distribute that negative 2 to simplify. I get g of x is negative 2x plus 4 plus 1. So g of x is negative 2x plus 5. And our answer is not negative 2x plus 5. Our answer is g of x equals negative 2x plus 5. Okay. And then for number 8, we have f of x, and we're supposed to find f of 0. So f of 0, that notation means plug in 0 for x and simplify, and I get 5. And then plug in, well, up here it says negative 2. I must have forgotten to change it from the test. So we'll change this to f of -2. And so f of -2 means plug in 1/2 times -2 plus 5, and that is -1 plus 5, which is 4. F of -2 is 4. Which of the following is an arithmetic sequence? Select all that apply. Well, I can tell you that when it jumps from negative to positive to negative to positive, negative to positive, it's not going to be an arithmetic sequence. Okay? Look at this next one. Add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5. Bingo. That's an arithmetic sequence. Let's see. Add 8, add 8, add 8. 18 plus 8, yep. Add 8, yep. That's an arithmetic sequence. Let's see. Add 10, add 30, add, no, not B and C would be the answer there. Then given the arithmetic sequence, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, write the recursive and explicit formulas. So the recursive formula would be a sub n equals a sub n minus 1. That's the notation for the previous term, plus the common difference, which is 2. And then I also have to tell you that a sub 1 is 1. So recursive a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus 2, and a sub 1 is 1. The explicit formula is a sub n equals a sub 1, which is 1, plus d, which is 2, times the quantity n minus 1. Let's simplify that. 1 plus 2n minus 2 is 2n minus 1. The explicit formula, a sub n, is 2n minus 1. Okay. The cost of having one pizza delivered is $11. Each additional pizza costs $7 more. And they want us to write the arithmetic sequence that would represent this. So we start at 11. If I buy another pizza, I'm going to add 7. If I buy another pizza, I'm going to add 7. And if I buy another pizza, I'm going to add 7. And if I buy another pizza, I'm going to add 7, and so on. Okay? So the sequence is 11, 18, 25, 32, and remember we said that we should show at least 4 terms. The recursive formula, a sub n equals the previous term plus 7, and a sub 1 is 11. So a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus 7, and a sub 1 is $11. First pizza costs $11. Explicit, a sub n equals a sub 1, which is 11, plus d, which is 7, times the quantity n minus 1. And when we write the explicit formula, it should be in slope-intercept form. So that tells me I need to simplify this. Plus 7n minus 7, 7n plus 4. The explicit formula, a sub n equals 7n plus 4. Okay? And then had to throw something in there about, positive correlation, negative correlation, up, down, left, right, whatever. So anyway, the table shows grade levels and heights of 6 students. It says that the data show a positive or a negative correlation. And let's see, X is increasing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as X increases, Y is 46, 48, 51, 53, 56, 59. Y is also increasing. So as X increases, Y increases. As the kids get older, they get taller. That makes sense. So this has a positive correlation. And if you can do all that, then you can do really, really well on this topic 3 test. So there we go.